Hi, welcome back to Lovin Sheila. As always, it is a joy to be with you again. It's been a couple weeks, a lot has taken place, and I'm in a place of real gratitude. Gratitude because as I look back over my life in the last couple of years and I see what God has brought me from and what He's brought me through and and the way in which He's done it and the victory that I feel in relationship to everything that's happened and how I feel like we made it and we've been blessed, empowered to prosper along the way. That brings me great joy. And that, yeah, it just brings me great joy. And so I just want to come to you from that place and also, as always, kind of reflect on what we've been through and where we're going. And I've been talking to you quite a bit about intention and knowing your worth and knowing who you are. And even I said this year, 2025, I was going to focus on being assertive because I knew in my past I didn't think I was a passive person, but I'll say in my relationship, I was passive and I was interested in getting along. And I took the path of least resistance oftentimes. Well, that's fine. But moving forward, asserting ourselves is not a matter of being combative. Asserting ourselves is enforcing our boundaries and making sure people in your life know what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with. Making sure that I'm living my life and my life is not living me. Making sure I'm not doing what everybody wants me to do and losing myself in the process. That I am being, Sheila is being expressed in the process. So, in all these things that I've talked about with putting ourselves first and knowing your worth and protecting your peace and your mental health, how it matters, all these things, they cannot exist in a microcosm. What happens is we have to be very mindful to make sure that we are exercising all of them simultaneously. Because it's easy to get caught up in, okay, I'm putting myself first and just focusing on, oh, that part. And I know my worth and making sure everyone else knows it. It's easy to just focus on that part. And now we have to figure out how to put it all together. Like it's like we're cross training and putting it all together and making sure that we're doing all of these things simultaneously. And I'll be the first to tell you, it is not easy. I should say it ain't easy. Um, the reason I'm talking to you is because I'm walking through it right now. I'm working on it. I have not apprehended, but I'm reaching toward a mark to be a better me, to do things better, to be more mindful, to take care of myself, to take care of others, to show love in the process. But doing it takes work. So I also have to be sensitive to me and compassionate with me when I don't quite meet the mark and I'm struggling in some area. And so that's what I want to say to you all. It's important for us not to do these things or work on ourselves in a microcosm and just focus on one thing. There's a lot. Like I said, the more work I do, the more that I see I need to do. And it's okay because we have time. We're here on earth. We have vitality. We have life. We can do it. So I want us to know just to be patient with ourselves, understanding with ourselves. I talk to people and sometimes I share different situations I've been experiencing. And some people will be like, well, does that line up with Lovin Sheila? And and I was like, would say Lovin Sheila doesn't mean I'm perfect. And one of my friends said, you're giving advice to women. No, I'm not giving advice to women. I'm sharing my experience with women and hoping they can see how I'm working through it or have worked through it or have passed through it or how God has delivered me from some things and maybe it will help them as well. But certainly not coming from a place of I'm an authority, but I do have some experience and I'm going to walk in that and I'm going to own that. So part of the thing I'm talking about is wholeness. All the topics that we discuss here on Lovin Sheila is trying to get to a place of wholeness. Um, Spirit, mind, body, everything. I'm going to use April again. Last April, I focused on some of my outward appearance, just focusing on making sure I did my hair rituals, my skin rituals, my vitamin rituals, my workout regimen, my water drinking. It was a lot of stuff to do. And so my teeth whitening, everything, it's a lot. But I just committed myself to not get tired, not to fall asleep without doing it, but just to stay focused on those things. And hopefully I'll have the discipline to continue it, because I didn't continue it all last year after I did it. But I do pretty well with these things, but I'm going to try and do better, because I never gave myself credit for the discipline I have. And I actually do. I try to work out 5 times a week, do my thing so that I can be free on the weekend. I train myself for marathons, and there's a lot of things I do. I don't have the best diet, but I definitely manage the sweets that I eat and try and control that. So there is discipline in me, and I, at this point, want to expand it into everything, spiritual discipline as well. We talked about that at church today. So basically, what I'm saying is the Lovin Sheila platform is really just to look at the whole woman and to help us embrace her and care for her in her entirety. At the same time, recognizing there are times when things don't go quite our way, the mark we set we didn't quite hit, but to keep striving and to keep persevering, because that's what we do here on Lovin Sheila. So I also, in the process, as much as I encourage people, I get folks reaching out to me to discourage me. And that's why I appreciate all of your comments, all of your positivity, because every now and again we get messages about a former life and things that went on in my former life, or when I was married, that were not so great. And maybe things I did not know about, or maybe I just had a suspicion of. But what I want to say is, and part of the reason I do this is I am not ashamed. And I'll say it again, I'm not ashamed of a single thing that I've been through. It has propelled me to where I am. It has grown me and made me the woman I am today, that I can stand here, or I can sit here and say the things that I'm saying to you, and not back down, and own it and stand 10 toes down in it, because I've been here. So I welcome any commentary, if negative or bad, because if it's if it's negative, then I can just say, I'm grateful for where I am. I'm thankful for where God has brought me. I'm thankful for the love that I have in my life right now. And I'm thankful that I created and designed it like I wanted. I'm thankful that I still have this fine body and I still have this beautiful face. And yeah, I'm grateful for all of it. So I just want to put that out there, because again, like I said, I'm not ashamed, and everything that's happened to me has only furthered me in where I am trying to get, and the woman God has chose to make me. So I'm just getting closer to that. So I open up. I open up to you to share, because I know there's a lot of women who have been through similar situations as me, and we all need someone who's been there, who gets it. It's a ministry. It's a service. You know, sometimes you feel like you can't continue, or you don't want to continue, or you just want to drive your car off of a road or run into something. Trust me, I know, I've been there. But I'm here as a testimony that there is so much light at the end of the tunnel, that there is happiness, there is joy, there is love. There are people who see your value, people who want to care for you and not hurt you, people who want to build you up and not destroy you, people who want to encourage you and not discourage you. So there's going to be some that you run into along the way, or you may be in a relationship with that have done that. But just know that is not where it ends. You have the ability, you have the power, you have the capacity to create the life you want with God's help, and to be delivered and set free and live live the life that you want to live. Um, and one of the things that I'm grateful for, and I often refer to this in my life, I think of Joseph, and there was a message that I heard once, was, can God trust you with favor? And it talked about Joseph and how he had been betrayed by so many, the baker, his brothers, Potiphar's wife. Potiphar didn't have patience with him, whatnot. But everyone had kind of put him aside, and he wasn't in the best situation. So it appeared. However, at the end of the day, he was in the best situation because he was in a situation where he was able to be of service and help the others. He even helped the people who tried to destroy him. I tried to banish him, send him away, kill him. He was there to help, and he did with a gracious heart. So that's where I am today. You know, there's a reason why through my struggle and through my pain and through my hurt, that ministered to me and registered with me, because here I am today, and I've been betrayed by some people I loved, and some people that I was faithful to were not faithful to me, and a lot of different things. But at the same time, there's some people who are very loving to me, very supportive to me, who always had my back, who were always there. So at the same time, those things were happening. So don't forget that. Though you may be going through something that seems very difficult and you feel like your back is against the wall and there's no one there to help you, just remember there is. We just tend to focus on the negative that's going on. Just keep in mind that support system that you do have. Go watch a Lovin Sheila episode. Do what you have to do, because though you may be in a difficult situation right now, you don't know where God is leading you and where He's taking you and how it's going to end up. So be encouraged. Don't give up. Don't lose heart. Stay strong. Be the best version of you. Dig deep inside and find out who that is and be her. Until the next time we talk, take care of yourself, love on yourself, and do what's best for you.